everyone, FarmSimGuy here, hope you're all doing well. Today we are back with another map tour. They are coming thick and fast at the moment, aren't they? This is Hubbard, Nebraska from Texar Mapping. And if you like your big maps, this is fantastic. This is a 16x map. So a very, very big map. And because of that, it is, of course, only for PC. But what we'll do, we'll jump into the PDA, we'll have a little bit of a look round. If I'm being honest, there's not much to show you, because all it is massive, massive fields that stretch on for miles and miles. The majority of the map is collected in the centre, and then after that, it's just fields and the odd house. But there's some nice little touches in this map, and a few little extras which I like, and haven't seen done for a little while in other maps. So let's jump in, let's have a look at the PDA, and then we'll go for a little bit of a tour around. So there you go, there is your map, as you can see, based on a real life location up there in Nebraska. We have got a proper Google Earth image underneath the layout of the fields, and as you can see, a lot of fields. Now bear in mind, this is a 16x map, so a standard map would probably sit in this bottom corner just down here. So very, very big map. In fact, I would say there's probably the odd field on this map that's about the same size as a standard size map. Probably 142 up there or 127 down here, and not a million miles off the size of a standard map. That is how big this is, and you'll get a feel for that when we jump in the car and have a little bit of a drive. Now, in terms of what's going on here, this is the starter farm. We're in new farmer mode, and this is the starter farm here. And then you drive straight up here into the town of Hubbard here, and then just up here we've got a couple of sell points. We've got the animal dealer here. We've got a sell point here for anhydrous and propane, and then lime and things like that. We've got a grain silo here where we can sell stuff, and then there's a nice little touch actually. We have got over here, we've got the north neighbour, down here we have the south neighbour, and just here we have the central neighbour. And basically what you can do is look after your local farm neighbours by providing them with straw from, and let me just find it in here, the additional straw types that you have in here. And we have cornstalk, soybean straw, alfalfa hay, alfalfa fermented, and alfalfa as well in there as different crops that we don't have on a standard map, which is always nice to see. Other than that, we have a custom crop calendar as well, with things happening at different times of the year, which is good to see as well. I do like that when they customize crop calendars as well to that area of the world, which is always good to see. Now, we are going to do a course play test on this because some of these massive fields will take a little bit of time to load, so I want to let you see how long it takes things to load there. And other thing, in terms of field sizes, probably you've got options. You've got 142 up here, which is huge. 465 acres for that one. 127 down here is 460 acres. And 15 over here is another biggie of 413 acres. So 142 looks like our biggest field up here. Actually reasonably priced at $1.8 million for that one. But lots and lots of options as well. As you can see, a lot of smaller plots as well. But they do, it's a bit of a trick of the eye, because even though they look small here on the PDA, they're still going to be very big fields compared to a standard size map. So what we'll do, we'll jump in. We've got a truck here. We'll have a quick look around the yard, and then we'll jump in the truck. We'll drive into Hubbard itself, have a look around there. There's a very nice rec area here on the lake. We'll have a quick nosy at that. Then we'll run up here to the anhydrous sell point. We'll have a look at the grain silo here. We will have a look at the animal dealer here, and we'll go to central neighbour. What happens here happens at all the other neighbour farms as well, so that'll give you an idea for that. We do have a sawmill down here. We probably won't bother going to that because we all know what a sawmill does. And then we'll just have a little bit of a fly around, because what I want you to see about this map is the wonderful topography. It is very hilly. Funnily enough, I was watching a video the other day on the Palouse up there in Washington State with their hillside combines and things like that, and it feels similar to that in terms of how the hills flow and roll, and you could have some real good fun on here with a combine crew getting the corn off the field. So without further ado, let's have a little bit of a look around. So this is the farm you start out on in new farmer mode. So you've got your farmhouse there, and a few bins and just one shed. So relatively small setup. Trust me though, there is space galore to evolve your farm on this map. You will not be short of space. And like I said, when we jump in the Jeep and drive a little bit, it will give you an idea for how big this place is. So all your machinery is sitting up in this shed. There's the rock picker on the outside. We'll just pop the door here so you can see what's inside. It's actually a very nice shed model this as well. I like the way it's been done. And there we go. We've got a Kinsey planter there, John Deere, harvester, and a 7R all ready to go. Another door off the side here, which you can pop out of as well. And then you've got another shed over here with a little bit more machinery in. And over there, you can start to see the edge of the town and the dealership. So what we'll do, we'll head back here, we'll jump into our truck, and we'll head into town. Here we go, we're going to jump into Jonathan Dubois' very trusty Ford. Still, for me, the best truck in the game in FS22. Right, let's roll out of here, roll onto the highway, and go for a little drive. Now, let's bear in mind where we are. Just here. Look both ways. Let's just jump back to the map for a second. So there we are. We're just starting here at this little area here. And bear in mind how long we're going to drive for by the time we're getting up to have a look at these things. So out onto the road here. You can see that it's relatively flat here, but as you can see, if you look over to the left there, the road starts to rise up and the fields start to rise up. We can see the water tower of the town here as we roll into the start of the town. Little nice touches here, like the excavator building a new house or something there. Here is our dealership as well. A couple of houses on this side as well. Let's just roll into here and have a look in here. So here's our dealership. Big John Deere dealership here. Tractors on the forecourt there. Some balers. A couple of storage sheds here. You do have a little forklift there to help you lift stuff. Some nice old machinery here. It's a nice little touch, that. And some nice landscaping around here as well. And this does actually turn into another road which heads off down into the distance there as well. So some nice touches here. But we'll roll back out of here, back onto the road, and keep heading into the town. Of course, being a 16X, it is quite taxing when it comes to running. So far so good though. My frame rates are not so bad. But it is having to deal with a lot of information here on such a big map. So we will run into town now. Again, it gives you an idea for what's going on around. Just lots of houses. Water tower up on the hill there. You can see that field of yellow wheat over there. We're going to go over to that in a little while, because I've set up a course there for courseplay just so you can see how quickly it loads in. I'm going to pull into here. You've got your gas station. American Parcel Logistics here. We'll just have a little bit of a run around town. Tell you what, if you want to do a little lawn care business, there's lots of big yards here with grass that will need cutting at some point. So there you go. And there we go. Pretty much out the other side of the town now, straight away. So it's not huge. Obviously a few more houses just up there, but nothing too big. There goes that stop sign as well. Oops. Right, back out to the main road. Few stutters at the moment. I have just loaded this in, so it is still building cache up, I think, at certain points. But let's roll down here. Right, so here we are, back out to the other end of the town. And we are going to head up here to... There we go, there's the grain silo, and just in front of us there is the sell point. And again, now you start to see some of the changes in elevation here, and it gets better the further out of town you get. So these lovely rolling hills really bring some character to this. I like this a lot. But we will roll here into our buy and sell point. So there's a rock crusher here, so you can get rid of any rocks you've got in your fields. I imagine if you're going to be picking rocks off this field, you must be some sort of sadist, because that's going to take a long time. But yeah, here's your supplies. You can pick anything you want up here. Sugar beets and things like that as well. Big piles of them over there, but there's your anhydrous. There's your fertilizers. There's your lime station as well. So lots to pick up from here, which is great. And I believe, yes, I can get it from both sides. If I head out of this gate, we'll just run up to the grain silo, and as you can see, as we turn out of here, the road starts to climb as well. So you really start to get an idea. But actually the height changes. Although they look subtle, when you get up close, there are some big ups and downs in these fields. And there we go, off onto the road over there. Now bear in mind how long I've been running for here, and how little of the map we will have covered doing this. So let's just turn into here. And this is your grain sell point. Pretty standard stuff. But lots of space here to get a truck in and turned and back out with not too much hassle. That's nicely done. Nice big space here. Very good indeed. Right. Let me just jump back to the PDA for you. So there we go. We started here. We've driven through the town up to here and up to here. And if I zoom back out, we've probably covered less than a quarter of the map in terms of distance. Not very far at all, but what we're going to do, we're going to cut across here. Now we'll have a look at the animal dealer quickly, and that gets us into some of these bigger fields as well, and then we'll just head down here to the central neighbour. And here we go, quick turn here, some nice landscaping at the end of the roads as well, a little bit of fencing, storm drains there and things like that. It's nicely done. It is nicely done. A lot of weeds in that field there as well, but as you can see, these fields are monstrous. They really are. But we've got the animal dealer just ahead here. Now we're in the flatter part of the map here, but it does give you an idea for how big this map is. And then we are sitting here with the engine, with the accelerator floored, and it's taken us all this time to get here. Right, here we go. Animal dealer. Just the standard models here, but nicely laid out. Nice white picket fences there. And a bale sell point as well. And back out to here. Right, here we are. We're going to hang a left here, just at this small road, which runs us down to the neighbour's farm, just across this little bridge here. And there it is, dead ahead. So, over the dry riverbed to this little small holding here, and I have taken the liberty of putting some of the new bale types out so you can see them as well. So there we go, we've got a little house there. Got kind of older style buildings here. But let's just jump out of here and wander down here. So you've got 2 points to sell your bales here, just inside the animal feedlots there. Now the animals are static in here, but here are your different bale types. We've got alfalfa, alfalfa fermented there. We have got our corn stalk bales there. We have got our soybean straw there, and then we have our alfalfa hay as well. So nice textures on those. They're going to work very well. Now, if I just turn the HUD on here for a second, let's take our alfalfa hay. And I'm going to drop it into here. And actually, what you'll see from in here, you see down in the bottom right-hand corner there, that's ticking down very, very slowly. And our money is ticking up very, very slowly as well. I mean, we're talking $1 at a time. It does say in the map description, you'll get a very small uptick in money. So if you dropped a load of bales in here, they could just sell over time, and your money would just tick up very, very slowly. But nice to know that you can do that. It's not something I've seen done before. So quite a nice little touch. I quite like that. But there are your extra bales. This is one of the neighbour farms that you can help. And that, I think, is probably where we're going to leave it from a driving experience. Let's just jump back to the map, though, because we're going to go for a little bit of fly around some of these fields. First and foremost, though, we'll stop here. I'll have a look at the rec area, so you've seen that. Before we go and do this little course play test here and see some of these rolling hills, and we'll throw it into a little montage to music, because actually it's a really stunning map. When you start doing the little cinematics, it really is nice. So there's a couple of little camping areas actually. There's this one here, small outbuilding, and a children's play area down by the edge of the lake. There's a little jetty down there as well where you could moor your boat. And over here, up a little bit, we have got some areas where you can park your RV or your caravan. There we go. Here's the actual campsite proper, a picnic table, then areas to park your vehicles in each one. There is another one exactly the same as this, just a tiny little bit further down the valley, a little bit lower down. So we'll just go and have a look at that as well. So you've seen it, but again, you can see all the different heights of the ground over there. It's nicely done. So there you go, another boat area like the jetty we had over there, and there is the other campsite just over there on the horizon, very similar to the last one. There we go, we can walk out onto the lake. Water texture's pretty nice too, isn't it? Sadly, the boat is not a vehicle, which is a shame. But hey, FS22's coming soon. That's all going to change. Right, our next little test is in this wheat field here that we have set up with this case combine. I just wanted to jump in. Again, you can see the size of this. It's pretty colossal, but actually jumping into the map, you would probably class it as a medium-sized field on this map. There it is, number 43. We are just going to set up a courseplay course on this, just to let you see how long it takes to calculate. I was slightly worried with some of these fields that maybe the field edges were too close together, but I think it's just the scale of the map makes it look like they're a lot closer together than they are actually when you are on the map itself, because remember, this is 16 times bigger than a standard map PDA, so everything is a lot smaller than you would expect to see usually. So we'll go into here, we will create a job. We will go to courseplay fieldwork, and it's found the field border very quickly there. We'll open the course generator. Let's give it 3 headlands. We'll leave everything else as it is for now. So I'm hitting the button here, and it's given it a couple of seconds to work it out. I think the bigger the field, the longer it takes courseplay to calculate it, but there we go. That's done that pretty quickly. And it's done a rather nice course there, even avoided that lump in the middle of that island, so nicely laid out, to be honest. That looks good. I mean, I think a field like this, probably most of the fields on this map, you'd run more than one combine. But good to know that you can use courseplay on it as well. Right, there we go. That's a bit of a look around the key points of Hubbard, Nebraska from Texar Modding. I love a big map. I am a sucker for a big map. So a 16x map like this that's been so beautifully landscaped really, really excites me. I think this could be a fantastic multiplayer server as well. Might take a while to load, but it will be worth it. And the rolling hills and the way it's been laid out is just really, really nice. And it really does come to life when you see it in its entirety. I mean, obviously we've driven through the town there and had a look at the main kind of sell points and things like that. But actually it's the fields and it's the landscape that make this what I think is a really, really great map. Delighted that he's released it for 22. He did say that he was going to do some more stuff to it, but rather than hold off, he thought he'd release it and let everybody have a little bit of time to play with it ahead of FS25. He is planning to update it and release it for FS25 as well, so that's super exciting. But what a great map. It's out now. Go get it. I'll put the links in the description so you can go and have a play with it. but it's fantastic. Another beauty. So, let me know what you think in the comments, and thanks for watching. Take care. Let's roll those cinematics.